Howdy, folks. Widget Walls from NeedCoffee.com here. Back for another Wayhomer review. Hang on a second, let me get... We'll compromise. We'll put the air there. Because it's hot. It's Atlanta. It's May. In fact, it's May 7th. I wonder what movie I'm doing a Wayhomer about. What could it be? I just walked out of a sneak preview of Sex and the City 2. I'm kidding. It's Iron Man 2. What else would I be doing? That's what we're here for. I just left the theater. And as I drive home, that is what we will discuss. So, Iron Man 2. Synopsis. What can we say? Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. Again. You need more? Okay. That's pretty much the... I think that's all they pitched when it was greenlit. But you got Tony Stark, who is being Tony Stark, and Mickey Rourke is a bad guy who has ties to Tony Stark's past. And Sam Rockwell is a smarmy bastard who is a competitor to Stark Industries. Gwyneth Paltrow's still around, and Scarlett Johansson's hot. There's your synopsis. So, the film. Now here's the thing. I know that as we move closer to this, I would say, unprecedented shared film universe version of Marvel Comics, in which Marvel consistently makes better movies than they do comics, there is some concern, especially since this is the first sequel in this whole rigmarole, even though they're all tied together, that with Iron Man and Whiplash and Hammer and Nick Fury and Pepper Potts and the characters just growing, the roster of characters, that we might be headed for a disaster of, how can I pronounce this? Schumacherian proportions. Because as we know, as your cast increases, as your franchise goes forward, your propensity to want to throw more and more characters at it until you eventually reach critical mass of a Batman and Robin. That tendency, what's the word I'm looking for? Tendency is there. You know, you want to do that because you want to throw characters in. You want to have toys. You want to have the stuff set up for the video game. You want to do all of that. And I think some of that was in the decisions that went into structuring Iron Man 2. I think they were very aware of that. But here's the thing. It's not bad. In fact, while I didn't like it as much as the first film, I recognize that probably some of that new franchise smell has worn off by the second film, if that makes sense. So, it's not going to be the first film. You are trying to set up some things, and yet not lose the fact that, some people who are going to see this film, they don't understand what the thing after the credits is about. They don't know the Avengers. They think the Avengers, and they think, Sean Connery and a bunch of furry teddy bear people. I mean, let's face it, that's the truth. So you don't also want to lose the people who are just showing up because they enjoyed the first film, and they don't give a rat's ass about your entire Avengers franchise thing. So for all the juggling that they had to do with the characters and the story and setting up Avengers stuff and setting up S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff and setting up toy stuff and video game stuff, yeah, I think they should be commended for the film turning out as good as it did. Now, here's the thing. Are we talking about, Dark Knight? Does it improve upon the franchise? Is it better than the first film? A la, Empire Strikes Back? No. Is it a capable sequel? Yes. I think I like it just a little bit less than the first one. Because basically I showed up to have a good time, because that's what the trailer promised me. I'm a big believer, as you know if you've been around for a while, in I will go with whatever the trailer promises, because I've signed up for what the trailer is pushing. And in this case, it's signed up to be, it's more of what you came for with the first film, and you're going to have a good time, and there's going to be people in suits beating the crap out of each other. And Robert Downey Jr. So I signed up for that, and that's what they delivered. And I'm very happy with that. Let me throw in some other bits here. I mean, Downey's spectacular, okay? I mean, he is Tony Stark. He has made that character his own, and he just gets better. Mickey Rourke is fantastic. You know, I know people have, I think we talked about this on Weekend Justice. Whiplash, you know, Iron Man isn't exactly the best guy to have a rogues gallery, but Mickey Rourke is awesome. Don Cheadle is always awesome, and he steps into the role of Rhodes quite well. Gwyneth Paltrow makes a good, you know, plays against Downey quite well. Really, I mean, Sam Rockwell's nice and smarmy. I love Sam Rockwell. There's a lot of things to like cast-wise about the film. Scarlett Johansson, like I said, is hot, and she can basically hand you your ass. So it's like, I mean, with that alone, you're going to make a lot of fanboys ridiculously happy, accent or not. So, in fact, I'm wondering if, and I'm certainly not giving away a spoiler if you've seen the trailer, but I'm wondering if they tried it with the accent and they thought that with the Russian accent it was too hot, and maybe that'll be in the unrated version. Not that there's anything, you know, else going on other than the accent, but that might have pushed it over the edge for some of you fanboys out there. So, I mean, that's it. Iron Man 2. You're going to enjoy it. You just go in with the right expectation. You're not getting the Marvel equivalent of Dark Knight. You're getting Robert Downey Jr. having a blast and wanting you to have a blast too. And also kudos to whoever was in charge of making the Expo film, the retro Expo film, feel like an episode of Disneyland. I mean, that was really nice. That was a nice touch. And yes, stay till the end of the credits, but you know that because you're smart people. Anyway, that's it. I think it's a good, solid, I forget what I gave Iron Man, but it's comparable to that. I think probably like a 3.5 cups, probably. You know, a very entertaining film. Check it out on a matinee. You do want to see it on the big screen because of all the splode, but you do want to save a few bucks. So, there you go. Enjoy your weekend and enjoy Iron Man 2 because I think you will. And that's it. So I'm driving through a bunch of construction here, so I'll pay attention to the road. And just say, keep those cards and letters coming. Thanks to everybody for watching. If you enjoy these, recommend them to a friend, why don't you? And, yeah, I made that light easy. So I'm Widget Walls. Come see us for more stuff on needcoffee.com, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.